Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's RageBit, and today we're going deep below the surface of Eco, where I'm going to start my very first mining pit. You can subscribe to my channel if you want more weekly updates on gaming, particularly ones like this one. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so this is it. This is the mining pit. As I said before, I have never extracted one single piece of iron in this game, and I honestly have no idea what to expect, but I think I found the perfect spot. The pit measures 18 by 11, and I have no idea how deep it goes. There's a little bit of sandstone over in the corner in the top layer, which I am going to mine out of the way. You might also notice a couple of holes with iron ore blocks placed into them. They're ones that I accidentally mined when I was creating this pit, and like I said, I didn't want to extract any ore until I made this video. The plan is to stop when I reach a layer of bedrock or sandstone or whatever. As long as there's a completely clear iron-free layer, that's where we'll stop that level. There's also a tool bench here, just in case the 5 pickaxes that I have need repairing, and some hewn logs in case we need to build ladders. I honestly don't think it's going to go that deep, but who knows. Now is probably the best time for you to take a guess at how many pieces of iron you think are going to be in this pit. Knowing that it is 18 by 11, and I'm guessing 2 layers deep, then I think there's going to be about 400 blocks in total. If each block has 4 pieces of iron, as it should, then that's going to be 1,600 pieces of iron ore. And that's going to be my guess. I'd love to know what your guess is too. So while I'm mining out this pit, you might as well leave the video running, scroll down, and write your guess. While you're in that area, if you don't mind pressing the red subscribe button, that would help a new YouTuber out like me a hell of a lot. So I'm going to press fast forward on this video now. We'll stop at the end of every layer and count all of the pieces, and I'll read a few mining jokes that I found on Google along the way. Alright, joke number 1. How do you confuse a coal miner? Show him a whole row of shovels and tell him to take his pick. That's not terrible. Alright, so what I noticed in super speed just then is we've lost at least one of our pickaxes. But we've also reached mining level 2, which should decrease the amount of calories that we use per action. Not that that matters because there's an excessive amount of food in the backpack today anyway. Alright, so that's the first layer successfully mined. All we need to do now is gather all of the iron ore, and we'll do a little bit of a count after that. It's not too late to change your guess if you'd like to put it in the comments below. Again, I think we'll do this in super speed, and I'll stop at the key details. So I'm starting to think that my guess of 1,600 is looking pretty good. We've mined out the top layer here, and I would think there's about 700 pieces of ore there. Obviously the sandstone layer is going to throw my guess out a little bit. If you haven't noticed already, I really enjoy playing Eco and sharing my gameplay content with you guys. In the future I plan to create a server for my subscribers and heaps of other videos based around Eco, such as how to be a stonemason, a miner, a smelter, and even a video about skill points. If you have an awesome idea for a video, or something that you'd like me to explore, then please write it in the comment section below. It looks like we're about halfway through collecting the iron from the first layer here, so it must be time for another joke. Joke number 2. Why did the man turn down a mining opportunity? He heard that it was a rock bottom job. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either, is it? Alright, let's try a redemption joke. Joke number 3. A group of miners finished work and went to the bar, but the bartender wouldn't serve them. She said, sorry, we're not allowed to serve miners. Because they're underage, I get it. That one's not too bad, I don't mind that one. Alright, let's get back into it before these jokes hit rock bottom. Get it? Rock bottom. Speaking of rock bottom, it looks like we've collected all of the ore from the first layer of the mining pit, and it's time to do a quick count. So as you can see, I've got 2 lots of iron ore here, one in the stone transfer, and one in RageBit's small rock pile. This is because I ran out of room and I had to transfer the excess ore somewhere. So we're going to count them up and see how much we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stacks of 40, and 8 lonely little pieces of iron ore. I'm just going to quickly empty our rock pile here into a storage pit that I have available. and then we'll get back into mining layer 2 and seeing if there's a layer 3 underneath. Time to press that fast forward button again while we talk about how much ore we got in the first layer. So we mined a total of 18 stacks of 40 and 8 individual pieces of iron ore. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's about 728 pieces of iron ore, which means that my first guess of 1,600 is pretty good. Now I know what you're all thinking. I'm the one who makes the content. Of course I know how many pieces of iron are here. But, like I said before, this is the first time I have extracted any iron ore in Eco whatsoever. So I honestly have no idea how deep this pit will go. If you think I'm lying, feel free to skip to the end of the video. However, if your guess is wrong and I'm telling the truth right now, then you have to subscribe to my channel. Or at the very least, give this video a thumbs up. Alright, so we've mined the last little bit of iron here, and we're just going to come over and clean up this sandstone. Something that you might have noticed is we're actually up to pickaxe number 4 now, so it looks like we have 1 and about 3/4 of a pickaxe left. So I'm really hoping that this is the last layer and there's not another layer under this. Otherwise I'm going to have to repair them and admit that I was wrong and there was no way that 5 was ever going to be enough. It might be a good thing that we've just mined all of this sandstone because we might need it to repair those pickaxes. It looks like there's another layer of sandstone under this one, so we'll mine that out of the way and just make sure there's no iron ore under here to keep everything nice and even. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the content or you just enjoy the soothing sounds of my voice, it's beneficial to press the red subscribe button below. You'll get updates when I post a new video, and you'll get to see lots more great eco gameplay. Best of all, it doesn't cost you a single cent, but I guarantee it'll make a world of difference to me and my channel. Alright, so we're just gathering the last few pieces of sandstone here. It's obvious that there's iron ore underneath there, which is throwing my guess out a little bit, particularly if there's even more layers underneath this layer of iron ore. I don't think it'll be anywhere near my guess of 1,600. Who knew? Hope those people who skipped to the end have actually subscribed, or at the very least given me that thumbs up that they promised. Anyway, let's get into collecting this ore, and we'll pause and count when we get to the end of it. There is definitely another layer of iron ore underneath, so my guess is completely wrong. Let me know how your guess is going. Alright, it's time for another fast forward, and definitely another joke. I think this is joke number 4. Yep, joke number 4. Here we go. What did the iron say to the gold when it was trying to wake him up? Hey you, get out of here. Oh, if you don't know, the symbol on the periodic table for gold is AU. Again, not the greatest of jokes. Let's try joke number 5. Why do miners make really good friends? Because they don't snitch, and they're really good at minding their own business. See, that one I kind of like. I think they're getting better. I think there's time for joke number 6, but I'm pretty sure only coal miners will get this. Black lung disease. I am so sorry. Alright, we're moving on. I am truly starting to wonder how deep this mining pit goes. Mostly because I'm running out of jokes to tell you guys. Oh well, all we can do is persist, and hopefully we get our answers soon. Because we're not stopping, people. No matter what, we're going to figure out how many pieces of iron ore are in this pit today. In saying that, I am actually really curious as to how deep this pit actually could be. So being that this is the first mining pit in Eco that I've ever actually dug, this could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 layers deep, or it could go all the way down for an infinite amount of time, which will make a really long video. I'll tell you now, we're stopping at 10. Speaking of stopping, it looks like we're just collecting the last couple of pieces of iron ore from layer 2 here, and putting them into our stockpile. So I'm just going to move them across and separate them from the ore that's already in the storage pit, and then we're going to count them all up. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stacks, and 8 iron ore. Exactly the same as last time. So that's another 728 iron ore, which brings our total to 1,456, which would be incredibly close to my guess if there weren't more layers to mine. So I'm just going to empty our small rock pile here into other stockpiles so that we have somewhere to store our iron. But like I said before, I'm curious. I'm curious to know, what's the deepest pit that you've ever dug in Eco? How many layers down did it go? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Who knows, it could be some kind of record. Alright, so I'm just going to head over here and grab some hone logs. Like we spoke about before, hone logs are really good for making ladders, and I have absolutely no idea how deep this pit is going to go. Ladder's really good when mining. It beats building stairs. You can go straight down to a point and get to where you need to go. You can place a ladder by pressing F as long as you have the hammer equipped and selecting ladder and placing that down with right click. I did have to kind of edit this little video here because I mucked around way too long with those ladders than I care to admit. So let's get into mining and hopefully we can reach the bottom of this pit soon. It's fast forward and joke time. Okay, joke number 7. What do you get if you drop a piano down a mine shaft? A flat miner. I'm not sure if they're going with the whole flatliner approach or if they're just going with the whole splat, flat kind of approach. In my opinion, both are terrible options anyway. Alright, so I've been trying to look pretty closely to see if there's another layer of iron ore underneath this one. At the moment I can't see at all. Oh, and there goes the last pickaxe. So obviously 5 wasn't enough, and we're going to head over to the tool bench to repair them. When mining for extended periods of time, it's actually really handy to have a tool bench underground with you. They don't need to meet any room requirements or anything like that, so you can pretty much place them wherever you want as long as it's on flat ground. Hey, would you look at that, mining level 3. Alright, so let's open up our skills menu and have a little bit of a look. If we go into mining, you can see that we're presented with a talent choice for our level 3 mining reward. We can choose between tool efficiency mining, which decreases the amount of calories used per swing. Or we can choose between tool strength mining, which increases the tier of our tool. I'm not really too sure on which one you should choose here, so I've chosen tool efficiency. But I can see the argument for upgrading your tiers. However, if you buy an iron pickaxe and a steel pickaxe later in the game, surely that makes that null and void, and you're going to want that calorie decrease later in the game. I'm not too sure. If you know which one I should choose, please let me know in the comments below. Alright, it looks like the mining of the iron ore has come to an end. Again, it's about ready for collection time. Who knows, there could be a whole nother layer underneath, or this could be it. We could stop at 3 layers. Time will tell. Let's get down there and have a look. Alright, the suspense is killing me. Here we go. There's another layer. I'm really not sure if I'm excited about that because 1, my guess is way off. And 2, I'm going to have to figure out some more mining jokes. I really hope that your guess is still live and that somebody in the comments absolutely nails it and gets it 100% correct. Although I understand that's extremely unlikely, and chances are everyone's just going to think that you cheated if you manage to get it right anyway. So right now we can assume there's going to be around 700 pieces of iron ore in this layer, and then we've got another layer after that which could potentially have another 700 as well. We obviously haven't cleared the whole top layer yet. So we're talking about an amount pretty close to 3,000 pieces of iron ore just from this pit today. My guess was way off. So as you can see, mining ore can take a really long time, even in fast forward mode. If you're not aware, most miners and stonemasons spend a considerable amount of their time underground, collecting and crafting resources. Many of these players actually choose to build their homes underground to increase their productivity. I've posted a video of what my setup and home looks like in this game, and you can view it here. In this video I discuss the importance of linking stockpiles and crafting tables together, and how my resources all feed into the store. Again, it's all about increasing productivity. Eco already requires a significant amount of time input to do well, so you may as well use your time wisely. Alright, time to see if we can find another joke. Here we go, joke number 8. The news report said that an elevator for the coal shaft broke down and 27 miners were trapped. But don't worry, it was only a minor inconvenience. Will these jokes ever stop? Will they get better? Will we reach the bottom of this pit? It looks like it's time to count the iron, so we might have the answer to at least one of those questions real soon. So as I was making this video, I noticed that I didn't have enough room for all of the iron ore that we've mined today. As I've said many times already, I massively underestimated how deep this pit would actually go. So I spent the next 10 to 20 minutes moving items around stockpiles to get the iron ore above the ground. I'll save you the boring details and let you know that we mined 792 pieces of iron ore in the last layer, bringing our current total to 2,248 pieces of iron, and allowing us now to move on to layer 4. Will this be the final layer, or am I destined to dig 10 layers before actually calling it quits? I can't really tell what's below, so I guess we're going to have to wait until we collect the iron ore to see if there's another layer below. Don't forget that you can subscribe to my channel at any stage throughout this video. All you have to do is press the big red subscribe button. If you're still here and you haven't pressed the subscribe button, then you probably should. We're friends now, so help a buddy out and press that big red subscribe button below. Alright, it looks like we've got time for another joke. Joke number 9. I started a new job as a miner last week. I had to quit because whenever I put my mining helmet on, I felt lightheaded. Because they wear lights on their helmets. Not too bad. Alright, so we've reached the end of another layer. This is it, the moment of truth. It's time to find out if there's more iron ore underneath this layer. And the verdict is, oh, that looks like sandstone. It's sandstone. It's nice and flat. So what that means is we're going to stop here after we count all of this ore, unless we find iron ore somewhere else on this layer. If we do, then we'll mine that section until we reach a clean layer of sandstone as well. Woohoo! This is pretty exciting. We've reached the bottom of the pit. So we'll press that fast forward button, hopefully for the last time, and we'll see what happens. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this content, or just want to help my channel grow, press the subscribe or thumbs up button down below. As you can see at the moment, I don't have many subscribers, so I'd really appreciate anyone who takes the time to press that red button. It'll make a lot of difference to me and my little channel here. You might be wondering what we're going to do with all of this iron ore. The short answer is smelt it into iron bars to craft products such as nails, pipes, and better tools. However, this process is actually a lot more complicated than that. First, we need to crush the iron ore and then use a rocker to turn it into iron concentrate. This is when we're going to end up with wet tailings, and we're going to have to manage those so that we don't pollute the environment. Once we have the iron concentrate, then we can smelt it into iron bars. This process requires teamwork with other professions on the server, or for the player to at least have mining and smelting professions by themselves. Without those, you can't complete these steps. The introduction of iron bars also begins to change the server, as many players are dependent on the resources created by the smelter. For example, a carpenter needs nails for lumber. The lumber is required by the smelter to craft a cast iron stove, which is required by the engineer to build a powered cart. It's actually a really good idea to play all of the professions, so you get an idea of how everything works. I've started to create a playlist that explains each of these professions in detail and gives helpful hints. You can watch them here. Okay, so we've cleared out all of that layer of the iron ore that was there, but there are a few pieces here within the sandstone that we are going to mine out. Once this is complete, we'll take all of the iron ore up to the top and do a final count. So by my basic math, it should be a little bit over 3,000 pieces of ore. If your guess is anywhere near that, then you're in with a chance. Interestingly enough, the extra pit goes down about 2 more layers, which suggests that iron ore goes down 4 layers in total. I probably need to do a little bit more research into this, and if you know more about that, please put it in the comments below. Alright, we've reached that time where we've come up to the top, and we're going to go and have a look at our iron pits here. You'll notice that this server was a little laggy at the time, so it looks like there's a big opening in the pit. Not to worry, we'll count it up all the same. So in one pit, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 pieces of iron times 3 stockpiles, and an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks, and 8 individual pieces. So 25 times 40 is 1,000. We've got three different stockpiles, so that's 3,000 there, plus the additional 4 stacks and 8 iron. So that gives us a grand total of 3,168 pieces of iron. Wow, What an incredible amount of iron from just a small pit like that. Who would have thought that I'd run out of pickaxes and jokes? Thanks for watching today, guys. Don't forget, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. I'm RageBit, and you just watched How Much Iron Ore is Down There. See you next time.